and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed your reception drinks this evening that were supplied by Stirling Council. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the first speaker this evening, who is welcoming you officially to Stirling, Baillie Ian Brown.
Minister, ladies and gentlemen, good evening everyone. I'm delighted to welcome you all here today to what we believe is the most beautiful university campus in the UK. The UK Rescue Organisation, under Chair Dave Webb of Leicestershire, couldn't have chosen a better venue for this fire and rescue challenge. In addition, we have a guest team from Alicante in Spain. Now ¿Dónde están los bomberos de Alicante?
Central Scotland.
For Central Scotland.
And for the UKRO.
For UKRO. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Thank you. What we received here today is a presentation for Central Scotland and a presentation for UKRO, as well as this Bomberos plaque. Gracias, gentlemen. I wish you all the best in your competition this weekend. And it now gives me great pleasure to welcome the Minister for Community Safety, Fergus Ewing. Thank you.
Good evening. It's a great pleasure to be here to welcome you to Stirling on behalf of the Scottish Government. It's my great pleasure as the Minister responsible for the fire service in Scotland to try and explain to the public what you do so that it's better known locally. And it's my belief that the public aren't aware of how much you do. And I believe that that applies not just in Scotland, but also to our friends south of the border. And yes, you are our friends. And it's therefore my great pleasure to warmly welcome all of you, particularly our friends from south of the border, to Scotland, and to wish you well for your silver medal against the Scottish teams. Well, thank you.
The Minister's obviously seen the trophies with Central Scotland already on them. So. Ladies and gentlemen, we think we've put together a very, very good challenge. The next 2 days, the proof will be in the pudding, but that is in no small measure thanks to the Scottish Government for their support, both financially, and we're indeed honoured that a Minister from the Scottish Government has come along to officially open the challenge. So we're extremely grateful, Minister, for your time coming here this evening. Thank you for that. But we thought we'd have some lively entertainment just to start you off, give you a bit of Scottish culture. So ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Clanadonia. chair of the UKRO. I was going to say he's really synonymous with the UKRO, but now I suppose he's just synonymous with a pair of maracas. And I introduce the chair of UKRO and Chief Fire Officer of Leicestershire Fire and Rescue Service, Mr. David Webb.
Bailey of Stirling, Provost, Councillor Ian Brown, Vice Convener, Chief Fire Officer Stephen Torrey, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and as always, most importantly of all, competitors, welcome to Stirling University and the UKRO Rescue Challenges and CFO Conference of 2008. You are very, very welcome. Before I move on to some more serious matters, can I just start by thanking profusely, even at this early stage, Central Scotland Fire and Rescue Service for hosting this fantastic event, and if that is anything to go by, we're going to have a great weekend, I'm sure. Folks, we have an absolutely fantastic programme of events over the next few days, and if the weather's kind to us, I'm sure we'll have a superb event here at Stirling University. We have, of course, as always, the Extrication Challenge. We now have the very, very popular and world-renowned, I have to tell you, Trauma Challenge. We're running our largest ever rope rescue event. We've had we will have had two conferences, one today and one tomorrow. And of course, we have the increasingly popular and such an important part of the event nowadays, the workshops where you'll look at LGV, new car technology, and all that goes through that. None of these things happen by luck, and there's an enormous amount of work that's gone in on behalf of the UKRO and on behalf of everybody that's here to learn over the next 2 days. So I hope you'll have a great time at all of those events. The main reason for this is to just demonstrate how far and wide the UKRO and the challenges are now spread. This includes the extrication, the trauma, the rope, and all other events that are ongoing this weekend. So please feel free to lift the spirits and make a bit of noise when you are announced. And the first team that I want to introduce tonight are Avon. Louder than that. Buckinghamshire. We ought to get a good audience for this one. Central Scotland. Cheshire. Way down south, they can't come much further. Cornwall. County Durham and Darlington. Fantastic. Derbyshire. Another one of Ian's 8 hours in a minibus. Devon and Somerset. The other end of the UK, Dumfries and Galloway. Is this the furthest? East Sussex. Hurrah! Gloucestershire. Grampian. Greater Manchester. Hampshire. Hereford and Worcester. We'll try again. Hereford and Worcester. Highlands and Islands. That's a long way. Humberside. Kent. Lancashire. Leicestershire. Hey! Did I say Leicestershire? Yay! Lincolnshire. London. Hey! Lothian and Borders. Merseyside. Both of them. Mid and West Wales. I'll cheer for them anyway, just in case they are. They'll be here later. Norfolk. And they need a little bit of help because they've only got a trauma team here. So Norfolk. Thank you. North Wales. North Yorkshire. It's a Yorkshire wave in the top tier. Northamptonshire, Northern Ireland, Northumberland, Nottinghamshire, Royal Berkshire, South Wales / News Host. I'll keep moving, Brian. South Yorkshire, Staffordshire, Strathclyde, Suffolk, nearly there, Surrey, come a long way, Tyne and Wear, West Midlands, I think it was a cheer, and West Yorkshire. I really, really hope that that's it. Has anybody been missed? Ladies and gentlemen, of course, we've already said hello to them, but we're going to say it again. Our great friends from Spain and the team from Alicante. I hope you all enjoy the hospitality that I know Central Scotland and Stirling University will throw up for us. And don't forget, as always, compete, learn, but most of all, enjoy yourselves. Have a great weekend. The UKRO, UK Rescue Organisation, is effectively a voluntary body that consists of rescuers from all regions of the fire and rescue service in the UK. Basically, it's there as an organisation to improve the skills of firefighters and rescuers in different disciplines, primarily in extrication techniques from road traffic collisions, but also now we also do it with trauma care and rope rescue, and we're exploring other areas of rescue as well. The extrication challenge has grown over many years. Effectively what we do is we mock up some accidents and entrap some casualties inside the vehicles. So there's two rounds to it. The first one is a scenario where there's one person trapped and they have 20 minutes to release the casualty from the accident, using best practice throughout, looking after the casualty as much as possible, and all within health and safety rules and regulations. So a very safe procedure, but very slick and very, very high skills involved by the rescuers. The trauma event has really grown out of the extrication event in that obviously in most road traffic collisions there's traumatic injuries, but we deal in the Fire and Rescue Service with lots of other traumatic incidents where people can be quite severely injured or moderate injuries. So the trauma event is about increasing the skills of the practitioners in being able to deal with trauma events and looking after the patients, making sure their recovery is best managed when they're off to hospital. So it gets them from the stage of the initial accident, initial on-scene care, and into the position where they're then passed over to the paramedic service and into the health service. And really what that brings to Fire and Rescue Services is the ability to deal with casualties on scene in the best and safest manner possible, particularly where the paramedic service may not yet be in attendance. And of course they take these skills back into their own services. They don't just hold the skills themselves, much like the extrication. They'll then go out and do training of many, many personnel throughout the services.
This is the third UKRO Trauma Challenge. We're lucky enough to have 34 teams competing this year. They have a 10-minute scenario to deal with a casualty that has suffered traumatic injuries. After 10 minutes, a 2-minute handover to the paramedics, and that's the completion of their run. Yeah, absolutely. There are 2 assessors in there, both doctor qualified, and they're looking for the traumatic injuries. All the casualties will have at least one life-threatening injury. The idea is that the teams locate and identify that injury, treat it, and get the casualty package ready for transportation to hospital. Yeah, absolutely. There are 64 different scenarios, 34 teams, so we can mix and match them a little bit, varying from ejection seats, RTCs involving cars, motorbikes, even parachutes coming down and scaffolding. So there's a varied selection of scenarios for the teams to take part. Absolutely, there's been a progression in both standards and the number of teams competing. First year we had 18, last year we had 24, this year it's been 34, and the standard has increased steadily through that. The idea is that all teams come and watch and then take that back to their own brigades and can learn from it.
Springboard, yeah. Oh, you're going to be fine, you're going to be okay. Okay, I'm just going to bring my door.
There you are, it's fire service, don't move.
They told me it was really safe. They told me.
On my command, okay? Is everybody ready?
Seat. 1221. Okay, stay perfectly still. Services isolated, please. Safe to proceed. Blister on the right hand side, okay? Let's check for any entry and exit wounds.
Okay, Michael, we look at it. Okay, so let's suck here.
Right, Paul. Can you hear me, Michael?
Open your eyes, break. Immediate pain is pelvic area.
Try and keep the legs in line if you
Legs
can.
in line.
Right, we'll consider the pelvis.
Again, move. Rest. Again.
I've got 6 months.
Right there. eyes, Claire. I'm just going to check her breathing now. Shoulders, then paddles. Can you open your eyes? Round back. Don't worry about it, we'll move it along with that. Because once the debris in our actual airway itself, so we remove the debris.
Right, so this is Leonie. We've been with her for about 10 minutes. On arrival, she was found sitting. We've been on hyphen oxygen for about 5 minutes and a half, 100%, at 15 litres per minute. We've maintained C point throughout. Thank you very much.
Rope rescue is relatively new. We've run it now for two or 3 years, but it's expanded to the point it's at now where we can manage around about 8 teams in the 2 days, which doesn't sound very much, but each run is an hour long, and the top 3 teams do 2 runs of an hour long, so it's a fairly intensive process. Again, it's exactly the same about best practice, skills and techniques, improvements, and taking those back into the workplace. We're very hopeful that in future years, hopefully next year in Strathclyde, we'll be able to expand to 10 teams, and we may even be able to go beyond that as we get better at running the event. So it's really exciting for the future.
Basically, you start, you send up, get to the top column left-hand side, access the our objectives is a code that we read information. There is a bad track, same route, drop in, finish it. Let's put the main amount of kit so you can all up. Beware of all hazards, there are trip hazards in here. See safely around the bottom area, keep an eye on everything. Let's go then boys, come on, move it along. Got it? Let's ensure. You're happy with the police line there? We've got enough bodies down here to start with to shoot the first 2 off. When Sphinx is over the top, he's going to put in a tag, then drop the line. Scoot! We need to do the load quick, right?
20 teams out of the 40 then went forward to the second day, where they had a far more complex scenario to deal with 2 casualties. All the same rules apply, but the team is increased to 6 in a team rather than 5 in a team. And again, health and safety, best practice and casualty-centred approach to the extrication is key. So these are the 20 teams going forward tomorrow to the run-offs. Leicestershire, West Yorkshire, County Durham and Darlington, Nottinghamshire, Central Scotland, East Sussex, Dumfries and Galloway, South Wales, Gloucestershire, Grampian, Northamptonshire, London, Greater Manchester, Derbyshire, Avon, Humberside, Royal Berkshire, North Yorkshire, Northumberland and Northern Ireland.
Well, my role within the team is OIC, Officer in Charge, and what I'm initially concerned with is safety of my crew, make sure they don't come to any harm. Secondly, it's very casually centred. Once we're happy my team can go in, we have to look at the level of entrapment, if there's any serious injuries, and that would obviously make a difference on the plan, how quickly we need to get them out, because if it's a serious injury, they may need to come out quicker. Less serious, we can maybe take a bit more time and create a lot more space within that vehicle with either sparing or cutting. I think, like I said, we've been competing for about 7 years. How the United Kingdom Rescue Organisation has changed the level that they're looking for. It's changed so much over the last 2 years. I think they're looking for so much more, and it's challenging the crews so much more than what they have done in previous years, and I think it's excellent.
Guys, priority on this vehicle goes to a sensitive part. Second priority on this car on all 4 stabilised. Making glass. Both vehicles are clear single fuel. Remain where you are, Mark. They're going to back come round. Yeah, roger that. Let's make sure we're going to get there and take your phone just for a second. Guys, both vehicles single fuel. Yes, I'm okay. Just watch your job. Watch your back. I've took up the tight and the slack at this side, okay? Yes? Gary, did you hear that? Gary, Adam has went on collision. Let's come to close here, okay? As soon as you've done that, I want the box and board down, and I want it here where the assessors are, okay? Roger that. Stop.
Slide, keeping it going. Ready, brace, slide.
John, manage your 2.
Rest there. Okay.
Just where I am.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please don't disappoint. Give a fabulous fire service welcome for the fabulous Carol Smiley.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this beautiful hall here at Stirling Castle for the closing ceremony of the 2008 Challenge. A spectacular venue, I think you'll all agree. The hard work may be over, but we've got one or two surprises still up our sleeve to keep you entertained. Firstly, we have a couple of speakers though. I'd like to introduce the Chief Fire Officer of Leicester Fire and Rescue Service and the Chair of the UK Rescue, ladies and gentlemen, Dave Webb.
Of course, our main thanks go to everybody that puts themselves forward for this event to take part as competitors. As I said to somebody out in the pitch yesterday, it is always the glory should go to you folk that put yourselves forward and at least have a go. If you succeed and win, fantastic. If you don't win, but you learn a lot, fantastic. It is great to see so many of you here, and I've enjoyed thoroughly the atmosphere of just wandering around the pits. It has been, I think, a unique atmosphere around, if anybody tells you morale in the fire service is not particularly good, they ought to come along to these 2 days. It's been absolutely superb. I think everybody in this room, everybody that has been involved, everybody that has anything to do with any of the challenges should take huge pride in the event. This is a truly fantastic event, and we should all have great pride that we are here belonging to such an event. And everybody that is a competitor should have real pride in themselves for putting yourselves forward. We are, folks, without any shadow of doubt, the finest fire and rescue service anywhere in the world. And every one of us should be extremely proud of that fact. Folks, thank you once again for allowing me the privilege to stand before you. I do mean it when I say it. It is a huge privilege to chair this fantastic organisation and to have some small part in the fire and rescue service that I love so much. Thank you once again. And if I can please now just quickly hand over to Steve Torrey, who wants to say a few words.
I really just have two things to say. The first thing, that speaking on behalf of Central Scotland Fire and Rescue Service, it's been an incredible pleasure to host you all over the last few days. It was an absolutely unique opportunity for us, and thanks to Dave and UKRO for allowing us to do that. This is the only time I think we'll be able to host what is essentially the vast majority of fire and rescue services throughout the UK. Y también nuestros amigos de España. Just to finish off that theme, folks, I'm trying to get through this, but just to finish off the theme, our colleague from West Midlands spoke about the Fire and Rescue Service as a family, and we really feel like this has been our opportunity to have the family around en masse, so it's been great for us, absolutely great. If like me, you're actually a parent of mature children, you'll know that's a great thing to have the family around, but also equally good to see them going away again. So if you don't mind just all going off tomorrow, we'll be very happy about that.
Next up, a few words from Assistant Chief Fire Officer from Strathclyde Fire and Rescue Service, and who are, of course, hosts of the 2009 Challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, Davy Hutchison.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'd like to agree with David Webb that Central Scotland and Steve and his team here have delivered a fantastic challenge against one of the best backdrops in the world. The venue below the Wallace Monument and the event here tonight in Stirling Castle. You can't just think of any more magnificent a venue for the closing ceremony than this, the Great Hall here. So this year's challenge has been set in the heart of historic Scotland. Next year's challenge will be in the heart of 21st century Scotland in Glasgow. With its modern architecture and the exhibition centre in Glasgow, it's the ideal setting to showcase the most advanced forms of rescue available within the UK Fire and Rescue Service.
Over the last 2 days, you firefighters from all over the country have been demonstrating your broad range of skills and techniques in an effort to prove that your fire service is the very best in the UK. The challenge events took place against the clock, and the teams were marked on a number of different factors, including command and control, technical ability, and medical care of the casualty. So we begin with the rope rescue challenge. Sounds great. I don't know where that came from, I'm really sorry. A custom-built scaffolding tower was built, designed to simulate conditions for a tall building, a cliff, or a crane. 7 teams took part, with 4 firefighters in each team, equipped with ropes and pulleys to rescue the poor sod at the top. So, let's start with Best Medic.
In third place, Loading and Borders Fire and Rescue Service.
Only one?
In second place, Leicestershire Fire and Rescue Service. The prize for the best medic goes to Tyne and Weir.
Next up in this category is Best Officer in Charge Award.
In third place, Leicestershire. In second place, team leader was South Wales. And in first place goes to Hampshire's team leader.
Okay, and finally in this same category, we have Best Team Award.
In third place, 2008 Rope Rescue, West Midlands. Second place, Hampshire. The winner, the Best Rope Rescue Team 2008, Leicestershire.
This award is for Best Trauma Team.
Third place, Trauma Challenge, Stirling 2008, it says on here. Third place, Leicestershire. Leicestershire, thank you very much.
The team in second place for the Trauma Challenge are London Fire Brigades.
The team in first place for the Trauma Challenge 2008 is Cheshire.
Okay, now for a bit of a musical treat for you. They've described themselves as, I guess, a little bit more bagpipes with attitude and drums with a Scottish accent. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Red Hot Chili Pipers.
We like to do something a little bit different with the bagpipes. We like to have a little bit of fun with the bagpipes. And we call this bag rock. And the man that puts the rock into bag rock is the one and only G-Man.
Okay, we now come to the main event this evening, the Car Crash Extrication Challenge. We had 40 UK teams taking part in this one, but I'd like to give a very special mention, we heard about them a little earlier on, and a warm welcome to our guest Spanish team who've come all the way from Alicante. Where are they? Stand up, boys. First up is Extrication Best Medic Award.
So this is the award for the best medic. In third place, we have East Sussex. In second place, we have Royal Berkshire. And this year's award for the best medic goes to Derbyshire. Okay, this is the best incident commander. In third place, same rules, folks, if you don't mind. In third place, we have Nottinghamshire. In second place, we have Central Scotland. And this year's award for the best incident commander goes to North Yorkshire. This is the award for the best technical team. In third place we have South Wales. In second place we have Royal Berkshire. And this year's award for the best technical team, the John Noble Award, goes to Central Scotland Fire and Rescue.
And now our final award this evening is for Best Extrication Team.
Best overall, third place to Dumfries and Galloway.
Second place in the overall Extrication Challenge for 2008 goes to Central Scotland. The 2008 Extrication Challenge champions for this year are Royal Berkshire.
Congratulations to Royal Berkshire, and indeed congratulations to everyone who has won this evening, and also to everyone who's taken part. I think you seem to have enjoyed it. I've certainly enjoyed being here. It's been extremely interesting. You just never know what's going to happen in my business. Okay, that's about it for tonight. All that remains for me to do is to thank you all for being such a fantastic audience, and more importantly, I'd really like to thank you just for doing what you do. You are amazing. Thank you.